Well, happy April 13th. Um, I was just scrolling through my subscriptions on YouTube today because I was kind of thinking about the fact that I tend to bash Trump state media quite badly. But I do also get a lot of the information I share from Trump state media. And the way I do that is by watching other podcasters, other YouTube channels, and because there's a whole world of other news out there, other countries that have actual journalism, and other countries that don't believe that Fox fake noise is news. There's also countries like Russia that have propaganda channels, RTV, Russia TV, which is basically what it looks like we're becoming here in the good old US of A. Uh, but I wanted to talk a little bit about some of the podcasters I watch. And I think this first video mainly is going to cover one that I really like. And I'm not linking any channels because I'm not looking for clout or anything. This is just where I go when I want to see what's going on in the world. And one that I watched a lot during the election was Hal Sparks. I really like Hal. He's a comedian, and he's got a tribute band called Nerd Halen, I think. Anyway, he's pretty cool. And the reason I liked him, and still do, is because during those rallies, he would cover the Trump rallies, and he would stop the video when there would be a lie, which was quite often. But then he would scroll across the screen. I wish I had this talent. The an article debunking that, or multiple, showing you in real time that what was being said was a lie. I like that. I wish a lot more podcasters would do the same. I wish our news media would do that because they certainly have the ability. But Hal comes across with a lot of comedy as well as some serious facts, and he's just enjoyable to watch. I also watch the Midas Touch. I watch Luke Beasley, and I'll get into a few others maybe later, but my brain is blank. But I watch these guys because they cover what Trump state media is saying, but they also do that little bit of digging that journalists are supposed to do. You know, here in our local area, our local Trump state media will come out with the White House has announced X, Y, or Z, say about tariffs. They don't go any further than that. They don't talk about how tariffs actually are paid by the consumer here. They don't talk about the insanity. They don't talk about the stock market manipulation. They say nothing except for what the White House tells them to say. And that is my problem with Trump state media. So, this is why I get into the podcasters, because they watch all that, but then they do that digging and they get you the actual facts. So, YouTube is a wonderful place. Yeah, there's a lot of silliness out here. A lot of my subscriptions are craft or baking channels or true crime. But if you look outside of your bubble, you will find that there's more to what you're being told than just what you're being told. And it's sad that apparently Americans are too lazy to do any of their own research, and they're willing to just believe whatever they're told, even as things crumble around them. So, anyway, I'll probably do another video or two about this. I don't know whether anybody's interested, but I find it interesting. So, hang on to your sanity. Have a lovely day.